I saw the movie 2 days ago. I expected to be disappointed, and is that why I wasn't?
Bone! Bone! What happens in my bedroom, detective, is none of your business.
I was pretty mixed on 28 Years Later. There are moments in that movie that are brilliant. Then, of course, there's that huge tonal shift of an ending that left you more confused than interested in where the story was going. You went from, I can't wait to see the next one, to, I mean, I'll guess I'll go see it. Might be good, might be shit. Let's find out. And my main takeaway from the last film is that perhaps it would have been a 10 out of 10 amazing masterpiece for me if it didn't have the name 28 Years Later. The film is divisive, but I think it would have been received on the whole more positively had they called it something different. Calling it 28 Years Later set up expectations that the movie had no intention of delivering on. But I've spoke about that film plenty on the channel, and if you want to find out more in detail thoughts, check out some of the other videos.
Love you, Mum.
Alright, gay.
So going into the Bone Temple, I wasn't hyped, I wasn't buzzing to see it, I was cautious.
It can't go on like this, can it?
It can.
And you know what, despite some criticisms that I will go into, I really enjoyed the film. There's so much potential within this franchise to tell amazing stories that when I saw 28 Years Later, I was just left a bit underwhelmed. Is that the franchise defining storyline that motivated everyone to get back on the horse and finally make that movie?
Yeah!
But by the time the Bone Temple released, there's the acceptance of this is the story they're telling, let's see where it goes. And this movie is much more focused. It doesn't necessarily add to the overall world building that Years did. It doesn't have to explain Alpha Infected and why they're there. It's purely focused on telling the story of Spike, the Jimmies, Kelson and their collision course. One of my main criticisms of the direction this movie was heading was how easily the Jimmies took care of the infected at the end of that film. I love the infected in this franchise. To me, they are the scariest, most intense version of zombies that we have. Every time they are on screen, things are always chaotic. Somebody could die at any point. They are always a threat.
What do you think? Zombie kill of the week?
Close, but no cigar.
And I suppose this movie subverts your expectations once again by barely featuring any infected whatsoever. So the main threat of the movie is the Jimmies themselves. They don't replace the infected completely, but they fill that kind of fear vacuum. In the same way when the infected show up and you feel anyone could die, well, the same applies to the Jimmies and their leader, Sir Jimmy Crystal, played incredibly by Jack O'Connell. His performance is very unsettling and there's this feeling that he could snap at any moment.
What's your name?
Spike?
No. I think your name is
Negan.
Killing and torturing everyone they come across in what they consider a weird kind of fucked up form of charity. I don't think I squirm very easily watching movies, but if they followed through on the remove the trouser moment, then yeah, this movie would have got me. And the funny thing is, the way Jack O'Connell approaches Sir Jimmy Crystal, and this might seem like a stretch, but it does remind me of an interview where Ralph Fiennes spoke about playing Voldemort.
Mike was very keen to explore the unexpected mood swings of Voldemort. So there are moments when sort of anger spits out at him, at Harry, and other moments when it can be very silky and smooth and almost pleasant.
Are you going to leave?
yes. But obviously we're going to kill you.
So you don't quite know when it's going to change or what it's going to do.
I'm in a bit of a bind. You're in a bit of a bind too.
Obviously, we're talking very different kind of films, and Harry Potter is on a completely different scale, but I think there's interesting parallels between the two performances and how both actors approached the role. And on another tangent, if you're from the UK and grew up in the kind of 2000s, there was a show called Skins that Jack O'Connell was in, and for some reason anytime I see actors from that show in big Hollywood movies, I just find it satisfying. Good on you. Just a good working class boy making it big. He's one of us.
I don't think you know what I am, mate.
But before we go any further, if you are enjoying this video and you want to help a small channel grow, please check out some of the other videos that I have available and hit subscribe. And the number of the beast scene at the end of the film is awesome. Worth the price of admission alone. There are certain scenes in movies that I can see myself just looking up on YouTube to watch, and that is definitely one I will revisit time and time again. Ralph Fiennes, take a bow, give the man an Oscar, and if I remember right, you get to see his bum in the film. So for all you pervs out there, yet another reason to go see this movie.
Hey, what are you looking at?
And if they stick the landing with the next film, I do think time will be kind to these movies. I think they will age very well, and watching them all back to back will improve the experience. So yeah, a very good sequel which in some ways vindicates the previous movie and makes it better. Hats off.
I forgive you.
Next film is probably a few years away, but I'm really looking forward to seeing it. It is nice to see Cillian Murphy back in his role as Jim, and I'm interested to see where his story leads. Is he going to help Spike get back to his village? What happened to Selena? Is she dead, or is Naomi Harris just too expensive for a cameo? What happened to the infected who had a wee bite on Samson? Are they also now cured? Is that how it works? And how would the rest of this world react now that there's a cure to the infection and potentially the opportunity to restore civilization? There's so much potential in that story to deliver a really memorable part 3 and end this franchise on a high, and I do think they should end it after the next one. I do have one small request. I would really like to see 28 Hours Later, almost like A Quiet Place Day 1, or that scene in A Quiet Place Part 2 when the aliens arrived. I want to see the 28 days, years, months, whatever equivalent of that. But what did you guys think of the Bone Temple? And what do you want to see from the next film? Let me know in the comments below. I've been Scott of the Dead. Subscribe for dead honest takes. I won't say weekly because that wouldn't be true. You'll get them when you get them. If you've subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. If you've seen my stuff before, thank you for coming back. And I will catch you in the next one. See ya.